Hello everyone, Aaron here. So I used to play a lot of Hourglass and Sea of Thieves when it first came out. I got my gold bones back in Season 9, and then slowed up the pace and got my gold curse in Season 14. Then, myself and those I played the game mode with quit for over a year basically, and got very rusty, because, well, being honest, the skill gap between your average adventure boat versus that of your average Hourglass boat is unfortunately very noticeable. We were also never really that good to begin with, but I'll talk about that later. But with Season 19 coming up, friends of mine decided that now it is time to lock in and get their gold ghost, especially for when that last sloop standing mode is in play, because boy, I can already smell the sweat and I want to be ready. Enjoy, mates. As it seems to usually be the case, we got tested by some really difficult players right out the gate who were definitely more warmed up and supplied up than we were. My buddy made the mistake of running his gold bones in our washed state and paid the price for it.
Shot him once.
Oh, that sucks. Oh.
You buy that curse? Oh my god, you buy that curse? Brother, I haven't played Hourglass. No, this ain't a buy, this is a fucking rust moment.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We went back in and sank to the same guys again, and a little bit of copium started getting passed around the playing field.
Yeah. Oh god, we are rusty. This is a rust moment. This is not.
Well, you'll warm up. Don't worry. It'll come back to you. GG.
Yeah, tell him we haven't played in fucking like half a fucking year.
He doesn't need to know. He don't care. He wanted to switch servers here, but I encouraged him to stay in the same queue to really force the skills and comfort to come back. We synced to them a third time, after admittedly a little bit more success, and then finally took them out on the fourth try after some luck. Yeah,
They suck!
Awesome. There we go. That's very that's very lucky. Full disclosure here, as we move forward with the gameplay, I am definitely not among the most skilled Hourglass players. You might look at both my curses, but I would like to point out a distinction. There is staying in one's comfort zone and playing to win, that's one thing, and then there's stepping out of it and playing to learn, which is a wholly different experience. Back when I was working on my curses, especially my gold bones over a summer break in college, I was only out to win games, and did so by setting myself up with the most comfortable situations possible. I was a solo player for a long time, so solo Hourglass was a natural fit for me. And that's where I did most of my grind. And well, let's be honest, solo is pretty easy to get streaks in. Most people have no idea how to go about it, so you can dominate most of the queues if you have some experience. You've just gotta put up with a lot of runners. This is also where all the lost farmers and people who accidentally voted up the Hourglass tend to fall as well, meaning that, well, more than a few fights a day are practically a free win. Especially if you keep matching up against the same boat. All in all, it means that sometimes only one in like 4 or 5 fights is actually a decent duel. And most of the time whoever wins is just whoever is able to land a one ball first, so it can be kinda luck dependent. And then there's brigantines. Whenever I could round up people at night after work or whatever, brigs were what we tended to do. This ship is heaven for somebody who is more comfortable with naval fighting than close quarters fighting, aka most of my crew. The combined firepower and the fastest speed of sinking means that if you can win the cannon battle, you can eventually just pummel the other boat into a sink. Easy peasy, honestly. Duo sloop, on the other hand, is pretty brutal. It is by far the most played Hourglass variant from what I've seen, meaning that the matchmaking queues are generally more populated and accurate. Further, the firepower limits and the easy maintenance of the ship mean that you have to actually go for player kills in order to take a good sloop down. And gunplay in this game is basically my Achilles heel. I get anxious and shaky-handed really easily. I used to avoid this lineup whenever I could, and had friends who would do the same. Now though, my mindset has shifted. I mean, I have the curses already, the only thing left to gain is, well, skill. And the best way to do that is to test myself and be conscious about the mistakes that I am making, rather than getting comfortable going through motions. After getting past that first barrier to entry, that sucks. We proceeded to have a pretty fun session, and got on a few more times throughout the week for some productive fights. We ran into plenty of cursed gamers, some ex-arena masters, those good boy cells, angry TDMers who didn't like that I managed to actually pull off a successful board.
That's not nice. I lucky couldn't hear you when you board like the victory. Like this game is so I was just logged like right here, in between the decks.
What the fuck is bro yapping about?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna play the Monkey Island theme for him.
Oh, I'm going to...
And even somebody with 10,000 levels in Guardians. I can't really even wrap my head around it. So I shot him back.
Got him. Fuck, missed.
Missed.
Hit him. Okay, getting on your way. I need a fucking bucket! He shot. Oh, his friend
Killed one of them.
Nice. Oh, the other one's here.
Yeah. He killed me.
Fuck. I cannot.
Cool.
They are shot
champion of the pirate's life. What the fuck?
Dude! No wonder why they don't need that shit. Alright. Fucking... No wonder why we were having such a bad time, right?
Not you. That's insanity. Okay. Well, I should feel good about killing one of them at least.
Dude, I can't. Dude, yeah, we kept killing. Yeah.
What the fuck? Anyways, as we worked our way through these later fights, I noticed some big things that I need to work on. First is keybinds. I have way too much muscle memory built into the radial menu, which screws me over because it sometimes blocks the screen and I accidentally make misinputs occasionally. I have countless hours just as an adventure goober to thank for that. While I have the keybinds for the things that I need in a fight memorized, when it comes to an actual stressful battle, I tend to forget and just fall back on what I know best and mindlessly whip out the radial. Maybe I should just try to unbind it altogether, forcing myself to use keybinds only to rein in that accuracy, and stop me from pulling out my pocket watch in the middle of a gunfight. Same thing with using the scroll wheel to equip and load guns, I've noticed. It eats up a lot of time if you accidentally scroll too far. The second is sniping from helm. I've been working on this for a while, but I still haven't fully gotten the consistency down. I need to remind myself that ammo is infinite, and I just need to practice at every available opportunity during a fight until knowing where to aim becomes second nature. And then we have gunplay practice. For the longest time, pretty much for the entirety of my Gold Bones grind, I never was the boarder, unless I was solo. I pretty much helm-botted my way to victory, sending cannoneers out to seal the deal whenever we were in a larger crew. Now, I make every effort to be the person going over so that I can at the very least get comfortable with taking sweaty gunfights, win or lose. Being patient, playing slow, staying calm, and taking deliberate shots until I can do it fast. This helps defensively too, because if I get the hang of positioning and angles when trying to attack a ship, I'll know better how to predict what an attacker is trying to do on the flip side. The fourth is better coordination with my duo, and this seems like really elementary level shit. But the dude I play with and I both tend to get a little quiet when under pressure, and sometimes forget to say things out loud. We've both gotten in the habit of all the essential comms, of course, but there are specific things like saying when somebody is coming down to bucket to prevent the other person backsplashing, calling out before one of us attempts to snipe so that we can better try to initiate a cross kill, saying when an enemy whiffed a shot so that they're more open to attack, and also when we're heading in to push an enemy, in general, which are all very important. And finally, the last big thing is more deliberate movement. As it stands, I sort of just run around boats and jump around, trying not to get hit. But I notice that some of the people that we've been sinking to really make every step count, with taking cover at every available opportunity, baiting out shots right before they get aggressive, and making predictions to sidestep shots ever so slightly before they follow up themselves. There's all the crazy stuff with ladders and hatches that I haven't even attempted. Is this all basic first-person shooter stuff? Definitely, but I suck at FPS games. I mean, I played engineer in TF2 most of my life. Like, what can I say? Some people are just not born with the talent. Regardless, that's where we are at right now. Not worrying about levels, not getting hung up on halted progress, just focusing on the learning and viewing opponents now as teachers, not Only obstacles. And honestly, it's been way more fun this way. Here's to hoping that season 19 is going to feel like a proper sparring tournament. I'll catch you in the next one, mates. See you next time around the seas.